Hi, welcome to the 263 Political Café, and I'm your host, Tariro, Gurure. So it's another exciting episode where we are talking to a very young, vibrant man from the rural demographic of Zimbabwe who speaks political participation, social and economic participation. He's a social advocate and his name is Constentine. I call him VP Mpofu. Constantine.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being part of us today. Usuke eMatopo, and eMatopo siyakwazi ukuthi yikhulapho esiyacela khona iZulu. Thank God the rains are here. Kulomqandombijana, but thank God the rains are here. You represent a young a demographic of young people. But it's also an important demographic, young people in the rural areas.
Yes.
Siyaguma elections and there is the register to vote mantra, yet we are being accused of e-voter apathy. Kunjani emakhaya?
Okay, the challenge we see emakhaya, which youth, young people, they are not. It's like, so what is happening across the whole of the country? It's the same that is happening in emakhaya. Young people are not interested. They are just. They are not participating. To them, it's like looking for livelihoods. In those electoral processes, government processes, they are not interested in participating in those things. But I think it's just a matter of maybe that's why invite but young people, they want entertainment, they want this, so they are always labeled as Awantawatawa and stuff. So interestingly, is seriously the electoral process, they are not interested.
They're not interested. And ukhulume ngendaba yokuthi siyazwa njengabantu abathanda ukudawa, abathanda ukuphatha, abathanda ukuhamba from one household to another. I want to put the picture emakhaya ukuthi sabe silanda isigodo khaya from one house to another. That's the life, right?
Yeah, that's the picture.
But asinyeke yini sikupackage okuyi register to vote in a sense esenza noma umuntu osemakhaya olanda isigodo khaya ngikhaya kumbe lapho esiyabe sibuthene khona abuye kodwa esuke register ukuvota.
Yeah, some of our programs, our register to vote campaign, basically the most effective method that is which is sends a sports tournament. And then from there, ngesikhathi voter registration please lapha besihamba sithayimela lapho kulezekhi khona sibese siyenza a certain program that will attract the youth, and then sithi khona go and register to vote kubhuti elokuzini. So targeting those areas where ukuthi khona young people, they are going to be there. That's the best way where we can actually help them to register.
You are into developmental work, you're into advocacy work, you're into indaba ezentuthuko, especially emakhaya. I want to know something ukuthi have you seen progress for youth participation? Angithi siyakwazi vele ukuthi ama candidates wethu come 2023 or 2018 sisuka by elections, by the way, ngale, and usually it's old people that are vying for this post, ama council labe ama parliament of your senators kwani nta, but bakhona yini untanga that are showing interest eMatopo?
Yes, but they are there. But then the challenge that is there ukuthi khona kule party structures. They have to follow those party structures. So for someone to compete, you find ukuthi a young person is competing with a business person. You see, so learn muntu vele sehle jikela imali everywhere, sehle yenza amali ulama resources everywhere. A young person has got the passion kuphela and the interest, and that cannot take him to parliament, or to even to the council. So but they are there. They are showing interest. They are participating. But to actually attract the electorate to say it's a challenge.
The challenge is silayo futhi enyengathi ngiyayibona esemakhaya ukuthi we are in try sikhamba sisiyanika abantu izinto emakhaya sijayele ukuthi sibuye le nhlanyelo, sibuye lama fertilizer, sibuye lokudla khonokho. So untanga ukuthi ayisource inhlanyelo leyana, it's a lot to them. But sisakhuluma ngama resources khonapho. Izek suggested hefty fees for participation ukuthi nxa mfuna uba ngukhansela ngazi bafuna imali 100 nasakwazi. But engiyibambile kakhulu ngiyukuthi nxa mfuna uba ngu-MP kumele ngikhiphe 1,000. Nxa mfuna uba ngu-president kumele ngikhiphe 20,000. And already angikwanisi ukuthi ngiraise imali yokuthi ngithenge isinkwa, but how do I raise? What do you think about that bill?
I think it's not fair, honestly speaking, because when you are looking at the unemployment rate in Zimbabwe, like it's not even unemployment rate, like it's source of livelihood. Young people, they are failing to raise a considerable income to sustain themselves. You see, so you cannot expect someone to fork out 1,000 US. Umuntu oyehlule ukuthi raise $100 per month. You see, so and just imagine what the electoral process very now why it's
expensive.
It's expensive. You have to buy this, you have to along the way you have to. So already it's like, and the argument that I've heard ukuthi kona abantu babe sifuna abantu abaserious ukuthi how do you that's not a criteria that you can use. You cannot use money as a criteria
to say ukuthi umuntu serious.
No.
All right, uhlo wabamba indaba vele elokhuzenini. I-level of seriousness siyi-measure ngani because bakhona abala imali abala millions kumbe abala thousands they're in parliament, but hey into abazenzayo uyabona ukuthi hayi man
ukuthi umuntu is a leader just because he's got money. It's a mentality which is actually making a lot of problems. Because umuntu lwana you find ukuthi kuna there's an MP who's a public figure who's rich and but in parliament akazakhuluma even one
not
thing.
Even
He has never had any motion in parliament.
Or even nxa sibona live laphana ku television yabelele mina ngidini udla imali yakhe wadinwa.
Yeah, so you see these things we need to push. See that as young people we have a demographic dividend. We are the majority. So that thing very now why I think it has to be mandatory from a proposed amendment yokuthi kona young people a certain quota every political party even a quota young people so that to push that because ngale ndlela le abayifakileyo vele it's going to be difficult.
Ukhuluma ngendaba le yamakota lani ukuthi kube lama mandates and party constitutions njani kule ndaba le esikhona kule kota le yama youth esiyilaw khathesi kwa amendment bill number 2 lo seyilaw khathesi othi kuyabe kulama seats angu-10 awabontanga uthini ngayo?
Well it's kulama positives and negatives.
Asibambe bonke.
I think the good side of things ukuthi kona sesilabantu abasha parliament which is something that is new. Besile one. Yeah. So we need more. So it's a work in progress. And the idea of a quota system ngiyokuthi kona as kube le motivation like yena le yabomama uthi we need more women to be inspired and bebona ukuthi these are opportunities that they can get. But then the challenge in the quota system ukuthi kule spirit of tokenism. So ungena umuntu yabe etshela ukuthi hawo na vele kumele uyenze kanje. You see, so that independence yomuntu ovotelweyo yabingiyo because you are given a seat from nowhere. You are just because by virtue of being someone within your political party. So I don't know, but I think it can be a motivation. But
from another angle, it's a disadvantage for young people. So ukhuluma ngendaba yokuthi vele besingelayo i-representation. From another angle, 10 young men and young women angazifaka njani kube 5 women 5 men and but mina indaba enyabe ngilayo kungaba yini lo ntanga oyabe ele disability laphana. We want to talk about aba ontanga abakhubazekileyo emakhaya lilabo lihlala labo. Are they coming to participate lani fellow youths that are in this developmental work?
Yes. Fortunately enough, we have been doing a program for the past 2 years, just to improve participation in local government processes for young people in rural communities. So we were making sure it's inclusive, participation is inclusive, and it's interest of people with disabilities, interest of young people, young women, we make sure they are able to push those. So where we have been active, we've been busy, those few words that we have worked with. I've seen young people with disabilities, we are civilly, and they have been sharing their stories
in all these things.
I think what I liked, there are some of the young people that we have worked with disabilities that actually came and attended national budget consultation, and they actually raised the concerns of of people with disability. So that was my best moment that I saw, because they were very articulate about their issues.
I want to know, Constantine, you've been an observer in the past by-election. Ontanga babuyile yini ukuzovota? Njalo, were there any observers abangontanga, and what is it that you observed? Because sesisiya ku by-election le ibingensiza nti
bikhona lesematopo.
Insiza le matopo.
Yes.
But bekule violence ebekhona, and one of the female MPs ukuthathesula amaplasta izinto ezinjalo, i-violence into enjani emakhaya ikhona, into elifundisa abantu ukuthi bengabi violent. Are you preaching izinto ezinjengabo peace and ukuthi sihlalisane kuhle sibe tolerant yini?
Yes, I think the election day ebekhona, by-election day ebekhona eMatopo, it actually gave us a picture what are projections of what will happen next year next election. So I participated in nomination court of candidates that I contested, and so I observed the way they were interacting, political players, different political players, the way that they were. I was very 100% sure that there will never be any violence.
Wow.
You see, because they were saying, I will meet there, they were just that friendly bent and and then when it went to the campaigning, so campaigning, that's where you see people start doing things illegally, activities which are not in line with the electoral act. So what I realized in the part of the opposition, they were actually doing a door-to-door campaign. They were move around, and then there was a time where they were blocked to do a rally because they were saying there is a chance of civic unrest and public violence or something like that. So they were blocked. They said no, you cannot do it. So I think the way that they were told, they didn't take it. So was then one of them was arrested.
Okay.
Yeah. And then when it went to about a week before the by-election, that's where there were clashes, the way there was real violence. Yeah. So the statements are not clear between the two, because who started which.
Yeah.
But what I realized is that as the campaign progressed, the tensions they were rising.
I read too much.
Yeah. To an extent, if you are just seeing in skipper a scene at a certain place.
Last year.
Yeah,
so question mark.
And what is said, there was a woman who was who had nothing to do with the.
Yeah. Like the casualty of that.
She didn't even know what was going on. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So those are the.
So I need to understand on the day of the election, you were giving a constant update on a certain platform. Which is was there smooth sailing on the day? Did they feel intimidated, ontanga bona mina mfuma kwazi ontanga babuya yini. I know demographic eningi kakhulu emakhaya ngogogo ngabantu abasengathi sebekhulile, they've been voting ever since 1980. But lawo ukhona you represent abantu abasuke ematopo ontanga kulilima mango njani njani. Bakhona yini ababebuya ukuzovota on the day?
There were very few.
Very few.
Yeah, because you know that ward is actually it is the second largest population in Mato. So you are expecting to see numbers.
It's pity.
Yeah, but then the turnout was very low
for even older people.
No, for older people it was okay.
Oh, okay.
It was average. But for young people, the only young people that you can see in participating there, young
mothers.
Those are the ones that few. And then when we were observing them going around the polling stations, I could see young people they say much and I was asking, why are you not going to vote? You see, it was very disappointing.
I think it's disappointing on a very crucial day like that. You find I want to be busy. Very maybe like selling maybe by those on job of which on top of that. They are not even registered to vote. But as we go into 2023, what is it that you aspire to see amongst ontanga basemakaya? I understand lisematopo ye kodwa libamba indawo ezinye that is surrounding and lisebenza even labanye aba outside matopo ontanga just for collaborative efforts. So i-collaboration zenu zithini ngamanye ontanga? Are you planning ukuthi lithathe kubo plan to rural? Are you planning ukuthi lithathe lihambise eCholotsho? Because I hear there are a lot of people that are also not even documented in that part of a rural area of Obomatopo Labo Cholocho. What is the process that you guys are planning on? It's just the awareness.
Yeah, the program SENs as an organization, which we are liaising with ama organizations. So what you gonna see try human rights approach, where we look at our needs of young people. What do they need, and then we address that. We try to address that. As we are addressing that, we also push e-register to vote campaign. So we are writing on our programs of other organizations, and other organizations are also writing on our program. So it's just a matter of collaboration. So we actually discussed with the Zimbabwe Human Rights Commission.
Yeah.
So they were actually very specific about the issue identity documents. They were saying it's supposed to be an approach which is a multi-stakeholder approach, where everyone is trying to identify my problems, how we can solve them. So because you will find young people in rural communities, they don't have e-documentation. And where we saw that issue in mining communities. So those are our priority areas. How can we document, help them get documents? And the other challenge these mining communities, that's where we have a lot of crime. So you find someone we are committing crime.
Maybe we from a different place, say we are lapana, so committee crime. Sometimes now identify as small scale miners.
Yes.
Demographic group but they are citizens. And I think there's a misconception about violent. Violent, but we can't put them under the same umbrella. We harness our numbers now as one leader for our to just participate.
Yes. As I was saying, into a human rights approach here, and you find they are failing to participate because You see, he is not part of the community. They are like that's the mindset that they have. But then no, you are here in this community, you are now part of this community. You see. So you find in Matobo where they are manning activities. That's where you find the highest number of youth in one area. So we cannot ignore that demographic. So we are trying to engage even Nabo Lama village aids to encourage them. If someone is coming to the community, let them register. ID, and then if that person is not registered, then we help that person to register. So then that's where that person can participate in the electoral process.
Now, besides uguti umunde ngabe a committee crime lapana, Constantine, someone might just pass away when the mine shaft collapse. Those people are doing it isn't illegal. Let's say about still back or was ilokuzi mine shaft lana asimazi ukuthi usuka ngapi asilala idea asilala la next of kin, and now we have to struggle finding ukuthi siyembeka ngapi while we try to recover the body. So there are other circumstances angela ukuthi they are crime, but life circumstances angayenza ukuthi umuntu ayazakale nje kuyazakala is a basic right. To be documented is a it's a basic right. Constantine usuke Matobo wena, and ngape town and uyabuya ukuzovakacha uzobona ama street lights yabona ukuthi ukhamba njani. Mfuna ukuzwisisa ukuthi from ama youth eMatobo there's a lot of angazi urban migration, or singathi abanye they're going eGoli abanye eBotswana. But this was in the past years. I've seen how young people from the rural areas are starting to take even developmental work serious. They now wanting to uhambe esikolo, they now want to develop themselves. They want to even get a skill. Maybe a town with totally skill. Emakhaya. Do you think rural life is the future for a lot of young people? I might not even afford to buy a house in town, but nqabulogo kwanchilo kuyiland nyamba ngiyakhe inkalakatha yezinto ngihambele eMatobo and izinto ezingale zedlule set town. So do you think this is the future?
Yes, it's the future. We last week I was in another ward. It's Kuluma rural economy. Like trying to encourage them they have to come up with innovative ideas to improve their livelihoods. How they can make sure whatever they are doing it brings them financial returns. So that mindset nisuke ekhaya ngedinga umsebenzi somewhere else ingabi khona. But then you will find ukuthi khona most of the influence yet development ekhona emakhaya ngale is abantu abaku diaspora. You see, so it's very hard emuntwini omutsha ukuthi khona to find ama opportunities emakhaya unless and until kungaba le intervention. So we have been trying to engage government, even local government, to actually identify some projects that can be funded young people to actually have a livelihood projects because they can actually build a rural economy that can thrive as much as there is an urban economy. You see, so they've got skills, they've got knowledge, but those is even monetized to benefit them. It's very difficult. You find chicken project, but then he to market
those chickens.
And then
usukhuluma ngendaba eqhakathekileyo imarketing laphana. Sesiphila ku era digital. Lokho lapha wonke umuntu is online. Siphatha njani indaba le? Ngiyakwazi kulenye network engabambiyo ngale kini. But sithini ngayo? Ontanga they embracing technology khona ngale emakhaya. Are you guys also teaching nje ukuthi bezi-express online izinto ezinjengazonezo.
Yes. I program media and information literacy, that's all it is about. Ukuthi kona young people, they have to take advantage. As much as there are bad things that are happening online, but there's a lot that we can utilize by the digital space.
Wow.
So you see ukuthi kona i-challenge kona nge-network and stuff, but we know ukuthi kona they can actually use maybe WhatsApp, even SMS to market your products, SMS or communicate or access information. Yeah.
All right. So usukhuluma ngendaba yona leyo ukuthi ngabasebenzisi i-WhatsApp, abasebenzise abo Twitter, abo Facebook and what to market. But membuza indaba leyo ukuthi even i-register to vote mantra, i-participation kwezopolitiki liyakhuthaza yini in your program, in your own individual capacity, ukuthi bakithi mina ngingu-Constantine kodwa ngithi ntanga anginyeke ngidlale lawe ungarejistanga ukuvota, anyeke ngijole lawe engarejistanga ukuvota. Yeah, because ngafaka islip phela sibona ukuthi umuntu serious kuthiwa i-focused youth.
Yes. We are telling anti that short code 256.
Star 256.
Yes, we use that one to say ukuthi ongelayo yevethi sesimfaka umlando. We just engage like young people.
Wow.
This is copela then to say ukuthi, but what I've realized ukuthi thina as voter educators mistake esiyenzayo ukuthi we are trying to separate electoral participation le mpilo abayiphilayo. You see, lama aspirations abantu abathi ukuthi bona bafuna. So if you say register to vote, ungani sumtshela ukuthi khona alright ungavota lapha, your life will be okay. So we need to link those things
together.
And participating in the electoral process, it means also participating in other government programs, so that you influence development and stuff.
The policy change, yeah.
Yes.
So singakhuluma lize lisho lilanga VP